Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. So today I thought I'd talk about phrasing and a quick couple of ways you can work on your phrasing. So what do I mean by phrasing? Phrasing is like the way you shape your musical phrases, the way you essentially speak through them, the way you group things, the way you kind of tie it all together. And it's something that I think a lot of people really struggle with. What a big thing a lot of guitar players do is we overplay, don't we? We play an instrument where you don't have to breathe. So not like a saxophone or a singer where they have to leave breaths in their playing. And so we have an instrument where we can just go. If there was a singer trying to do that, probably have passed out by now, right? But for us, we can just keep going and going and going. We don't have to leave any phrases if we don't want to. But that's not very musical, is it? So the first thing I talk about is a way to kind of think about leaving gaps in your playing. And this is a really good one to work on your phrasing. So think of call and response, right? A call and response is where one idea is played and then another person plays another idea, and then the first person plays there, and then back and forth, and it keeps going around, right? So let's do that with our improvising, but let's imagine the other person there. Then we're not actually playing with another person, but we're just imagining another player responding to us. So I might go, and then they'll play something, and then I go, and they'd respond. And then, and like language, there can be a little bit of crossover. We don't necessarily want to speak over top of each other, but there can be a bit of crossover. There can be a bit of contextual things. But that's a really great way to work on your phrasing, because now you're imagining another player and you're being very deliberate about leaving space, which makes things more musical and more shaped. So that's the first thing I think about. The next one I'd talk about is to make your phrases more singable. Right? On a guitar, it's very easy for us to go. Something stupid like that. Which, sometimes it can be fun to just do something like that. It sort of takes the predictability out of music. But if you want to work on your phrasing, a really good thing to do is just to think like a singer. Right? And singers don't play big interval jumps like that, right? They don't play disconnected things. It's like if they play this note, the next note is probably going to be somewhere near it. It's not going to be... Singers not going to do that. They're going to go probably there, or maybe, or there, or, like a little kind of a jump. So think about your phrasing in terms of that. And jumps of a fifth are actually quite easy for a singer to do. Right? That's an easy one to hear. And so therefore you can do those kinds of jumps of an octave. It's something to think about anyway, like reducing the distance between one note and the next to make it more singable in our phrasing, right? Next one I would talk about in terms of ways to work on your phrasing is to practice a phrase, any one particular phrase that you're working on and you're playing, and try and play it as many different ways as possible, right? Here's an example. Right? I could go. I could go. I could go. Or. You see there I played essentially the same phrase, but I must have played it 10 different ways. And I think it's a really good one to work on with your phrasing, is like take a phrase, whatever the phrase might be that you're working on. It could be something from a song, it could be like a lick from a song, it could be a melody, it could be something you just improvise. And then see how many different ways you can phrase it. And by phrase it, I mean like, bends, slurs, slides, which notes you attack, your dynamics, and the more different ways you practice it, the more control you're going to have over it, right? And that's where I think phrasing becomes very expressive. And that, to me, is one of the keys to good phrasing, is to be able to be expressive with your phrasing, right? So those are a couple of things to think about. I think phrasing is one of those things that people don't really talk about a lot. Thank you very much to all those kind comments I've had about my phrasing too of late. I really appreciate it. It's something I work on a lot. It's a work in progress and always will be. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for watching. My name's Nick Granville. I post every day on YouTube, so if you haven't subscribed already, please do. If you have already subscribed, then hit the notification bell so you're notified when new videos come out, which is every day. And also, you know, one of the best things you can do is just share these videos with people, other guitar players or musicians alike who you think might find this useful. Yeah. Thanks. Cheers. Have a good day.